Coming here at Central Lafourche, all of the seniors from both squads are out there in the field, as you can see, for the coin toss. Now, one guy that's out there, or maybe out there, no.
Yes, number 33.
Number 33 is out there. That's Lance Reynolds, outstanding ball player for South Lafourche, who had a neck injury in the third game of the season, and boy, there he is right there. Good shot of Lance. Outstanding ball player, outstanding leader for South Lafourche. He's been sorely missed by the Tarpons.
Coach Roy Petrie said they lost 5 positions when they lost him. He got hurt in the third game of the year against Rummel in the third quarter. Played the whole fourth quarter.
Broken neck and continued
playing. Went hunting. I mean, went fishing Saturday, went fishing Sunday, and started having problems the following Monday. That was just a flip right there. Central Lafourche has won the toss, and they're probably going to defer. We'll check it out right here, Hill. They will receive.
Central will receive to our right at our vantage point. The Tarpons will be kicking off. You have the Tarpon roster as far as who's going to be kicking for them.
Hector Gonzalez, number 6, would be their kicker. Jay Sedetol, number 2, would be their punter. And when the officials are from the Orleans Association. Both teams are very, very fired up.
Looks like from what we've seen so far, the winner of this ball game will make it into the playoffs as a wild card. The loser will have to just sit back and wait and see.
And talking to Coach Pierce also, you know, again before the game, talking about possibilities, he says that the winner of this game, if they get in, more than likely get Shaw. What a draw, huh?
Ooh,
either Shaw or West Jefferson, and they don't know yet how it's going to match, but it'll either be West Jefferson, who has an outstanding football team, in our Shaw.
Well, except for playing a Shaw or a West Monroe, whatever, you can't do any worse than this district playing anybody else in 5A.
No, indeed not. No, indeed not. That's what Nessie said before. You know, he said, look, he said we'll get out the district and play anybody, because this has been an awfully tough year. I'm guaranteed. I mean, those days got some excellent football teams. East St. John, Destrehan, who's going to be the district champ. East St. John's going to be second. Hornbill will be a wild card. And, of course, hopefully the winner of this game will also get a wild card berth.
Destrehan said they were going to put banners and everything else on their buses as they go to games. I think they've been involved in 5 homecomings. Everybody thought they wasn't going to have a real strong team, and they've had a heck of a year.
Yes. You got Central Lafourche's starting offense, don't you, Hilary?
I sure do. At quarterback is going to be 17 Barry Plaisance. The tailback, number 28, Russell Robinson. Fullback, 95, Wilson Bauer. The flanker, number 2, Dion Jenkins. The tight end, number 84, James Duplantis. The split end, number 81, Nick Daig. The offensive line, 71, Rowdy Chesson. 58, Shane Ilario. 70, Andy Zarang. 56, Roddy Ponson. And 64, Courtney Smith. The coaching staff for Central Lafourche, of course, head coach Randy Bro, his assistants, Tommy Boudreau, Chad Blanchard, Matt Hodson, Mark Bro, Chris Daig, and Shelly Vidros.
At defensive for South Lafourche would be Ashton Dillon at a defensive back, Vic Nelson at a defensive back, linebacker Jean Savoy, and we're getting ready to kick off.
Deep for the Trojans, Augustine and Jenkins. It's a short kick. Bauer has it, and Bauer's up to about the 34-yard line, make it the 35 on the stop for South Lafourche, Jeremy Collins.
Defensive end, Corey O'Quinn. Nose guard, Michael Carey. Linebacker, Ryan Maye. Defensive line, Ed Petrie. Defensive end, Derek LaFont. South Lafourche will be lined up in a 5-man front, just a old 50 defense, a little nose over sometimes.
Robinson, the deep back behind Plaisance. 28 has the football. Robinson stacked up at the line of scrimmage. On the tackle for South Lafourche, 54, Ryan Maye, 6 foot 197, senior for the Tarpons.
Central Lafourche is going to depend on Robinson, that good tailback, Russell Robinson, 6'3", 215, senior. And the quarterbacks will be Barry Plaisance and Reggie Ugle, who will alternate at quarterback.
Cordell Collins, number 80, checks in at wide receiver. Split to the top of the screen. 2nd and 10. Plays on, still has the football, looking over the middle. It is complete. Number 84, James Duplantis, the tight end with the reception. B.J. Daniels on the stop. Injury. Offensive lineman for
little bootleg fake right here. Barry comes out, throws the tight end on a little drag. Good route. Good pass by Plaisance.
It's the center, Andy Zarang, who's injured. We'll take a break. 11:07 left to go in the first quarter. No score. Welcome back. Number 54, Jed Plaisance in at center. The sophomore replacing the injured Andy Zarang. Zarang went off under his own power. 3rd and 3. Plaisance still has it. Looks outside. Deion Jenkins incomplete. Hit his hands and then went off of the hands of number 11, Vic Nelson, for South Lafourche. That'll bring up a 4th down.
A little pressure up front, but South Lafourche defense, the front 5, gets in Plaisance's face, and he never was able to set his feet, throw the ball upfield.
Back to punt for Central Lafourche. Number 18, Reggie Ugel.
Trying to get that number of the South Lafourche guys in single safety.
Whoever he is, he has moves that we've never seen, Schwab. He's ready back there.
He is ready. I don't know if he wants to dance. Oh.
Good pickup by Ugel. Fair catch call for at the 20-yard line. That was number 10, Ashton Dillon, back to receive that punt. The Tarpons will take over from the 20-yard line.
Offensively for the Tarpons, quarterback would be Brooke Guidros, number 13. Running back, number 20, Gavin Buffanet. And 18 maybe? Is 18 in the game? Yes, that's King, I believe.
Pitch back to King. He has it. Vic King cutting around the outside. Knee looks fine there. He's down to the 34-yard line. That's a 14-yard gain. On the stop for Central Lafourche is Brent Douglas.
Didn't look like he had any knee problems that time. Just old toss sweep to the wide side of the field. Got good blocking up front.
First down. 14-yard gain for King. Dillon split to the left. King with the football again. A mix-up in the backfield, and King is going to be dropped for a loss of about 5 yards on the play. Leading the charge for Central Lafourche, 86, Rusty Melanson.
Somebody went the wrong way. Of course, King hadn't played in 2 weeks. I don't know how much practice time he's got. Maybe he hadn't got enough reps in practice. The timing might be a little off. Some more of that offense. Reese Angelette at fullback. Tackle Robert St. Pierre. Guard Christian Schwess. Center Joshua Danos. Scotty Robineau is the tackle.
2nd and 15. Handoff right up the middle. On the stop for Central Lafourche, Travis Douglas.
Also at tackle, Renzi Sanders, number 63, and the tight end is Aaron Montez, number 84.
Angelette picks up about 4. King has the football now. King tries to cut outside. He's tripped up by Travis Douglas.
Well, Coach Pierce said he would be in the eye when King would be in the game. That time they got in Delaware wing T. They try to run crossbuck action with King coming to the weak side of the formation. Central Lafourche did a great job of defensing. Of course, into a punting situation. The punter, Jay Satterthal, for South Lafourche.
Jenkins has the football. He has some room around the outside. Deion Jenkins cuts it in. He's just past the 40-yard line. On the stop for South Lafourche, number 62. to Christian Schwess.
Trying to feel each other out here, offensively and defensively. Central Lafourche is enjoying good field position right now, having the ball on that 40-yard line.
18, Reggie Ugel in at quarterback for Central Lafourche. Handoff up the middle. That's Bauer. Bauer with some room. Bauer with the first down inside South Lafourche territory to the 47-yard line.
A little quick dive trap inside. Sometimes South Lafourche will run that nose over, and I'm sure they'll run a lot of check with me's when they get to the line of scrimmage. They'll just run check with me's and let the fullback just read the nose guard, and he'll go whichever way he's not lined up. He'll run the other way.
1st and 10 for the Trojans. The pitch back to Robinson. Good play on the outside. That's number 31 for South Lafourche, Corey O'Quinn.
Excellent job by O'Quinn right here, just getting upfield. His responsibility is contained, outside contained, and Robinson was not able to get to the corner. Good individual play right there by O'Quinn.
That's a loss of about 4 on the play. 2nd and long for the Trojans back on their own side of the field now. Ugel still has the football. He's sacked. Guess who, Coach?
Came from the backside, released the tight end. They had nobody to block him. They went trips formation to the short side of the field. They had one back, and he tries to run a little bootleg, and nobody blocks O'Quinn. Number 31 comes untouched. Ugel was lucky he didn't get his head upped off right there. It's tough to run that one back here and just fake to him and have him out in the pass pattern with nobody blocking that defensive end.
Loss of about 5 on the play. That'll bring up a 3rd and long. Ugel still has it, cuts inside, throws it down the field, incomplete. It was intended for Jenkins. That will bring up a 4th and long.
Good pressure again. Trying to get that guy's number 23 or 53.
Gene has his work cut out for him with these dark gray and blue uniforms.
That's number 23, linebacker Savoy. Got great pressure on Ugel that time.
And then, Gene, we're talking about our fabulous spotter, Mr. Gene Gano.
Is that the guy who was supposed to bring him to deer meat
for
5 years? Same guy, huh?
Ugel with the punt. Short one hits about the 30 and is down at about the 22-yard line. South Lafourche will take over from there. Yeah, you heard of that movie, The Deer Hunter? That's not Gene.
Well, I tell you what, we were treated to a heck of a meal tonight. Archie Claymore. He put a spread on us again, now, Hill.
Yes, he did.
And he said next Friday night, if he's in town, he'll cook for a whole bar. Not just forget that about south of Lafourche Crossing. He's gonna cook for everybody on 307.
Handoff. Vic King has it. King cutting outside. He has a lot of room. Vic King could go if he gets the block. King down the sideline. He's being chased. Vic King will score.
No flags.
78 yards for Vic King, and the Tarpons strike first.
Came out of a big pile in the middle, tried to run a little dive, missed tackles at the line of scrimmage. And once he got outside, everybody was like a covey of quills. You see in here, he goes right here. All the defensive backs, the safeties in the middle of the field. I mean, he's in the middle of the pile. When he gets outside, there's nobody there. The cornerback trips to that side. Dillon right there gets a little shade. But I tell you what, great job. The snapper would be Joshua Donalds.
The kick is up and good. 6:04 left to go here in the first quarter. It's South Lafourche 7, Central Lafourche nothing. Stay with us for more of the HTV Radio Phone Game of the Week. Ahead in this ball game, Coach. Not a bad run.
Didn't look like nothing wrong with his knees on that one, was it? If I could run like that with a hurt knee, boy, I'd be good.
Couldn't run like that with healthy knees.
We
have a special guest on the sideline. Local guy does good, as Martin always likes to say. Troy, who do you have?
Okay, Hill, we're here with a local celebrity tonight, a graduate of Vanderbilt High School, Harry McCullough. I know a lot of people see you on TV. Better explain to us, Harry, what you're doing now, man.
Well, I'm with WGNO, Channel 26. We do a high school football show. That's what we're doing here tonight. We're getting highlights of this game. But Channel 26, sportscaster, and get on the air whenever I can with Ed Daniels and Jeff Peterson. So having a good time with it. Started, by the way, right here at HTV. So that's where we got to start with Martin. We started back in the, I don't want to give away how old we are, but we started the station way back when we started news, and that's where I started doing the sportscast.
Yeah, you in HTV. After you left HTV, you went to Lafayette, and then you migrated on to New Orleans.
Right. I was in Lafayette for 8 years, and I've been in New Orleans since January. So I'm enjoying being back home and having a chance to cover the local teams, get to Homer every now and then, and get to see the folks and all. So really enjoy being back in the area.
Now, you played a little pro baseball. Let's talk about that a little bit.
Not enough, man. You know, I never thought I'd be working this much for a living, but yeah, I was drafted with St. Louis first round and played for 7 years with St. Louis Cardinals and ended up with the Milwaukee Brewers. And then after that, I decided, man, I'd make a pretty good sportscaster as a baseball player. No, but yeah, no, that's how it ended up. I made it to AAA for a small amount of time. Most of my years spent in AA, and that's what got me into sportscasting, starting this in the off seasons with Mark.
Well, I'll tell you what, Harry, you're doing a fine job, and we're glad that you're visiting with us tonight, man.
Enjoyed covering you when you were a big-time player back in the day.
Thank you, Harry, for those accolades. All right, Hill, back to you, man.
Thanks a lot, Troy. Thanks a lot, Harry. You just saw an outstanding play by Corey O'Quinn. Again for South Lafourche, a swing pass to Robinson, and just an outstanding job of beating the blocker, Coach.
Yeah, once again, he came upfield, got contained, and on first play they ran trips formation and tried to run a trap again with the big fullback Bowers. Now they're going to come up again with 3rd and long.
That was a loss of 8 on the last play, making a 3rd and 14. Swing pass out to Bauer now. Bauer dragging a tackler along, but that was a good play by number 9, Jean Doucet.
That's a good way to slow down that little rush outside. O'Quinn was coming upfield, and they just threw a little quick screen right over his head. Try to set it up outside, but once again, excellent pursuit by the South Lafourche defense. Looks like Central Lafourche got to settle something inside here. We'll try to get something going from tackle to tackle. Looks like South Lafourche's defense pursues very, very well from sideline and sideline.
That was a pickup of 6 on the last play. Ugel back to punt the ball. Ashton Dillon standing at his own 30. He'll take this one in, calling for the fair catch at the 32-yard line. That's where the Tarpons will take over. The strength of this Central Lafourche team has been their swarming defense, Coach, and last time just looked like Vic King got caught up in the pile, and no one was able to react when he bounced outside.
It was too much swarming in the middle of the field. I mean, you still have to get your proper pursuit angles, you know, keep him between you and the sidelines, and that time the free safety was in on the tackle. The cornerback slips, and when he gets outside, there's nothing there but green grass.
Handoff right up the middle. It's a gain of about 4, maybe 5 for South Lafourche. Angelette is tackled by 86. That's Rusty Melanson for Central.
That's no doubt what they're going to try to do. When they're in the I formation, they're going to try to get the ball in King's hands. Now, when they break the I, they're going to run the little trap plays and the little G blocking schemes with Angelette carrying the football off tackle and inside. So they'll give them some different looks. Now they come out in the I formation, look for them to get the ball to King.
King bounces it in and out, spins up to the 40-yard line. That's going to bring up 3rd and short. 26 for Central Lafourche. Ryan Rogers with the tackle.
And I'm sure Coach Boudreaux got his defense in the sideline. He said, look, guys, you know, he's a good back, but don't give him anything extra. By that, I mean, you've got to surround him, but make sure, like we said earlier, keep him in the middle of the field. Don't give him any outside a chance to get outside. So they've got to corral him, keep him in the middle of the field.
3rd and 2 for the Tarpons from their own 40-yard line. Handoff up the middle. That is a first down carry for Reese Angelette up to about the 44-yard line.
Cutting Delaware wing T, ran motion. And again, once again, just run a little G scheme to Angelette. Pick up a big first down.
Brent Douglas on the last tackle. Vic King has the football, trying to go around the outside. Great pursuit by Central Lafourche. 34 in there on the outside. That's Travis Douglas, first man there, and he had a host of help afterward. Plazoffs coming up, as well as number 86, Rusty Molossoff.
Here you go, sweep. Just a pitch sweep to the outside. Once again, Central Lafourche does a great job going sideline to sideline. I think both of these football teams got to start attacking inside, you know, try to stay from tackle to tackle.
Travis Douglas looked like he was trying to make a wish on that play. The throw outside, it is complete to Angelette. Nice pass by Brooke Guidros, and Angelette hauls it in for a first down all the way to the Trojan 45-yard line.
A little bootleg action off the Delaware wing T, faking off tackle. Well thrown pass by Guidros right here. You see him rolling out to his left. Of course, he's a left-hander. Makes it a lot easier when he's rolling to his left. Good pass right there, but threw it in between two Central Lafourche defenders.
We like guys like Angelette, hands guys.
Yes.
First down at the 45-yard line of Central Lafourche. Handoff up the middle, very short gain, if anything at all. Call it no gain. Charles False coming up for the tackle.
South is really mixing it up, staying in, getting in that Delaware wing T, getting in the eye, run some sweeps, run a little cross action, pull the guards, run a little G series. Linebackers got to stay home for Central.
Second and 10. Buffone with a handoff up the middle. Plaisance finally spins him down, but not until he gets inside the 30-yard line.
Fumble on the play, but they ruled it down. He was down on the ground. Little inside trap right here. Once again, pulling a good tackle. Hits a little crease. He turns upfield. Typical South Lafourche back. They like to run that north and south. Gavin Buffone is 5'6", 171 pounds.
Our resident Tarpon Kip said Buffone.
Buffone. All right, Kip.
Handoff up the middle. That's Angelette with more room. Angelette going forward for another first down, almost to the 10-yard line. Travis Douglas hauls him down.
It's the end of the first quarter.
We are done with the first period of the battle on the Bayou. This carry by Angelette ends the quarter. South Lafourche leads it 7-0. There you see some of the Central Lafourche band whooping it up on the home side.
Homecoming court for Central Lafourche High School. One of those lovely young ladies will be crowned queen at halftime.
Congratulations to all of them for being on the homecoming court, and we're going to try and get a talk with the homecoming queen right after halftime. Troy Johnson will have that honor.
Troy's still talking to Harry McCulley. Somebody needs to tell Troy they're not in the interview anymore.
He's trying to pick up some pointers.
Yeah, he's trying to get a little baseball, huh?
King's out. Oquin's in the backfield in the tailback position. He has the football right up the gut, and a very short gain. No gain officially on the play. On the stop for Central Lafourche is Roddy Poisson.
Trying to play a little smash mouth right there. Old South Lafourche type of football.
King back in the football game. Second down and 10 at the 13-yard line. The Tarpons already lead it 7-0. Pitch back to King around the right side. Has a blocker in front of him. Cuts it in. King is down to about the 1-yard line. That's going to be a 1st and goal for the Tarpons.
Well, I tell you what, when he turned it upfield that time, he meant business. A little unbalanced line right here for South Lafourche. Runs sweep to the unbalanced line to the top of the screen. I want you to look at the little acceleration when he gets to about the 5 right here. He is gone. Look at this. Carried a guy bad spot. Looks like his knee hit on about the 3. He got the benefit of a good spot right there.
Mark it at the 2. Give him a gain of 11. It's going to be 1st and goal for the Tarpons. Guidros. Handoff up the middle. That is Angelette. Touchdown, Tarpons.
Like you said, Hillary, big body, man. I tell you what, he's hard to stop once he gets his motion going upfield. Good surge by the left side of the offensive line. Here's a replay again. Just reverse out, just hand the ball off to Angelette. Just wide body into the end zone. Boom.
Extra point attempt by South Lafourche by Hector Gonzalez. It's up and good. 14-0 South Lafourche leads. And now, Coach, in this district, we spoke about it a little bit earlier. When you're talking about Destrehan, Hahnville, these two Lafourche parish schools, Thibodaux, East St. John came on this year. I mean, this is so competitive. And as Coach Pierce said before, you know, when they get to the playoffs, this is almost a relief.
I don't know if it's a relief if you got to, you know, you wind up winning this game and you got to tee up against Archbishop Shaw, West Jefferson, but it's just a relief getting you right. And Hill just getting away from playing those real, you know, good football teams and well coached. All of them are well coached. And you know, Bourgeois found out how it was. And Craig Hamner in his first year, Pat Key had some problems over at Terrebonne High, but those kids, they played hard every Friday night. They just didn't have enough people to play with. But it's like you said, it's an awfully tough district.
And talking to some of the coaches for South Lafourche before the game, they said when you talk about the upper echelon of 5A in the state of Louisiana, you're talking about, you know, as good as a Division II school or, you know, some school like that. These are guys that line up against you 6'4", 6'5", 6'6", all 260, 270 across the front.
Talked to Curtis Justglad before the game. The guy's been down there for many years at South Lafourche, and you know, he said the sad thing about it, everybody talks about the local teams, you know, being so strong. Shaw, Destrehan, East St. John, Jesuit, but they said everybody's playing for second because they say that's how good West Monroe is.
A squibber.
Got a flag on the far side. Must be offside against South. They have to kick it again. Coach Bro's already signal, make them kick it again.
Deep for Central Lafourche will be Jenkins. Also back there, 42, Darius Griffin. And 26, Brian Rogers.
That coaching staff for South Lafourche, head coach is Nessie Pierce. His assistant coaches, Carl Rowe-Petrie. As long as he's coaching the state of Louisiana, they've got a guy coaching football that's shorter than Don Schwab. Terry Jones, Renee Guidry, Curtis Justglad, T. Paul Pierce, Joey Guidros. Principal at South Lafourche is Louis Plazon. Assistant principal is Mary Curall, Greg Dagno, and Lydia Guidry.
They kick off a squibber again. Griffin will pick it up at about the 30, trying to go outside. He is stopped.
A lot of talking going on the field between the players from both teams. You can see every time somebody makes a good block or good tackle, they're really talking. The tackle was made by number 54 for South Lafourche. That's Ron Maye.
And Legend, by the time people see this, it will already be over, but you're leaving early in the morning for Tuscaloosa.
Want to Tuscaloosa to see the Tigers play. Ought to be a good one. Bad thing about it, Alabama gets beat last week by Louisiana Tech, and they'll be real hungry.
Yeah, they'll be fired up. Shotgun formation for Central Lafourche. Ugel back to pass, pressure on the back end, lofts it up. Incomplete. It was intended for Russell Robinson. Good coverage on the play by South Lafourche.
has a flag. It would probably be offensive holding against Central. Tell you what, South got some big kids in that secondary. Jay Sattertall, B.J. Daniels, number 3, is 6 foot tall, and the Dillon kid is 6'4". Got some good height back there. Got to get the ball up. You saw on that replay where, you know, B.J. Daniels is just below the knee.
B.J. Daniels is below the knee?
No.
Oh, that's the penalty.
That's the penalty.
I was wondering. Thought we had a new call.
He was below the knee.
That's a big penalty. It'll back it up to the 16-yard line. It's marked off from the spot of the foul, so that's going to make it about a first down at 25 for Central Lafourche.
Central's gotten some situations tonight where they don't want to be, and, you know, second, third, and long. But now it's first, and once again trips.
Collins, Jenkins, and Robinson. Movement along the front wall. Looks like it's going to be against, well, let's see. South Lafourche is clapping, but so is Central, so it is offsides against South Lafourche.
Change the snap count. Good composure right there by Central's offensive line. Whole offense really not jumping off sides. Went on a long count and got South Lafourche to jump. Got 5 of those yards back. Hoping to see Coach Ralph Perry tonight. The redhead didn't make it. It's too cold for him, I guess. He's at the camp getting ready to go fishing.
He deserves that.
Oh, he does. You talk about a legend. Now, he's a legend.
Fumble snap. Ugel falls right back on it. That'll make it 2nd and 20.
I think this is the first for South Lafourche to ever been on HTV on Hillary. You remember? I don't remember doing them.
You may be right. There you see Coach Randy Bro on the sideline there. He had to step into some big shoes here following the Bear, Bob Groh, as head coach here, and he's done a fine job.
He has. Got a lot of kids coming back for next year.
Ugel is sacked. O'Quinn again.
Tell you what, Corey O'Quinn is having a night. Here you see him at the top of the screen. He's coming. Fullback. Lackluster performance there on trying to block him. You got to stick your headgear in there and try to keep him out, keep him outside. Give him an opportunity to throw the football. Now it really puts them in a situation they don't want to be in. 3rd and super long.
That's a loss of about 9 on the play. Bring up a 3rd and forever. Handoff Robinson up the middle. Robinson has some room. He's going to gain back about 10 yards, but that still is a long way off. That'll bring up a 4th down at about 19. Daniels coming up from the defensive backfield to make that stop.
Once again, South Lafourche will enjoy excellent field position on this exchange.
While we're awaiting the punt, Troy Johnson has a report for us on the sidelines. Troy?
All right, here earlier in the week, Coach Bro said that he was a little nervous because of that South Lafourche defense. He said those guys stayed in position. They came up, they made great tackles, and the defense always was aware of where the ball carrier was. I tell you what, South Lafourche is doing a great job tonight on defense. They have completely stopped that running game of Central Lafourche. Back to you, Hill.
Line drive punt that's going to go out of bounds. It'll be excellent field position at the 46-yard line inside Trojan territory. That's where South Lafourche will take over, already leading it 14-0. We have 8:23 left to go here in the first half.
A lot better field position, I thought. Just a line drive kick. They'll get the ball on the plus end of the field, about the 46, like you said.
They haven't gotten to him yet, Coach, but great pressure so far by South Lafourche on the punts, making Ugel really rush.
Yes, and he's had some, hadn't really had a good snap yet. It's kind of high. Gene's thinking about that deer he's going to kill in 2005.
Oh, no.
When they put him in that backyard.
I think he needs to go to a meat market. We have a timeout on the field. We'll take a break as well. 14-0. South Lafourche leads it over Central Lafourche.
Radiophone Prepaid Express Cellular. You pay by the minute, so you know exactly how much you're spending. Use any cellular phone or buy a new one for as low as $99. There are no bills to pay, no credit check. You don't even have to sign a contract. It's that easy. We'll even give you a free $5 calling card. Prepaid Express Cellular is available at Radiophone locations throughout the Houma Thibodeau area. There's one in your neighborhood. Radiophone, the personal communications company.
The 98s are here. Trapp Chevrolet's new arrival of 98 cars and trucks are here now. Check out the 98 Camaro, Suburban and Tahoe, and the S10. If a pre-owned vehicle is what you want, Trapp has plenty of quality, clean program in pre-owned cars, trucks, and vans. And watch for Trapp Chevrolet's new lot of pre-owned vehicles opening soon. But you don't have to wait, because your new car is waiting for you now at Trapp Chevrolet, 200 South Hollywood Road.
Both teams huddling up on their sidelines. Central Lafourche defense out there now. See if I can set the Trojan defense for you along the front. See if I can recognize all these numbers over here. 33 in there, Travis Bourgeois. 56 for Roddy Ponson. 86 Rusty Malosson. First down. Reverse on the play. The ball is handed off to number 7, and that is Michael Delot, but he is stopped for a loss.
Tell you what, very seldom will you fool Central Lafourche on any kind of reverses. You know, they're well coached. They stay at home. They know their responsibilities. You'll see the little reverse right here. Fake the off tackle play to Angelette. Come back with the reverse. Runs into his own man.
Loss of 2 on the play. That'll make it a 2nd and 12. Back at the 49-yard line. In case you're just joining us, a 78-yard touchdown run by Vic King and a 2-yard touchdown run by Angelette. Handoff right up the middle. That is going to be a very short gain, if any, on the tackle for Central Lafourche. Jory Guidry.
Trying to run it again, once again running Angelette on a little fullback trap in the middle.
Our stats must be misleading. 79 just checked into the game for Central Lafourche. We have that listed as Charles Falls, a 5'5", 134-pound defensive back.
No, I don't believe.
Guidros has the football, looks over the middle. It is complete right through the hands of the defender, and it is complete to number 84. That's Aaron Montez. On the stop is Travis Douglas, but Central Lafourche look like they may come away with a turnover. It goes right through the DB's
Barry
hands.
plays on. I don't know. He's going to shoot himself when he sees the replay on this thing. He goes right through his hands. That's Barry right there. He's in great position. Good concentration by Aaron Montez right there, the tight end. I mean, excellent concentration on his part of just catching the football, looking into his hands. But Barry Plazons had an interception written all over that one.
17-yard gain on the play and a first down at the Trojan 32-yard line. King in motion. He gets the pitch back. Angelette out in front. King cuts it back in, and Vic King's going to gain about 5 yards up to the 27. They'll mark it at the 26.
Tell you what, Barry King, 6 foot 185 junior. We'll see the replay on this thing, and we can see the replay. You see what separates the average back from the good backs. You know, most backs right here would have probably taken about a 1 or 2 yard loss, maybe to the line of scrimmage. He sets it up. He lets his blockers come in front. He sees a little open, and he jets it upfield for 5 yards. That's a great run right there.
Call it 2nd and 5 at the 27-yard line. King in motion again. The handoff to Angelette up the middle. Angelette surging forward. He's going to be down at about the 21. Looks like that might be enough for a first down.
Tell you what, it's going to be, I think it's very, very important right here for Central to keep them out the end zone. They make them settle for a field goal. Going down 21-0 at halftime. And South Lafourche gets the ball, you know, for the second half. Might be a lead that they can't overcome.
King has the football again, trying to get around the outside. He is stopped. That is not King. That is number 3, B.J. Daniels. He's tackled by Ryan Rogers.
Tell you what, when they won, they got a mismatch on the corners with Ashton Dillon. As big as he is, if they ever run a little buck pass, throw the fade route to him, I think they'd have a play. And cornerbacks are really, really conscious of stopping the outside sweeps and the reverses.
Second down and 8. Handoff to Angelette. That's a load there, Coach.
I'm telling you. Number 61, Brent Douglas, made the initial tackle, kind of tripped him up. He looks up, he's still running, and number 33 comes in with a host of other Trojans. Travis Bourgeois to make the tackle. I tell you what, he is a load.
Gain of 3 for Angelette. That brings up a third down and about 5 at the 16-yard line.
I bet you could go deer hunting with just a knife, huh, and bring back some meat.
Guidro still has it, cuts it up, he's stopped. Good job of coming up to fill the gap by Travis Douglas.
Good defense. Just made the statement. You got to keep him off the board. Hopefully just make him settle for a field goal. Coach Nessie Pierce is deciding what he wants to do on 4th and about 3. Probably going to call a timeout. He is going to call a timeout and talk about it. Big play right here for the Central Lafourche defense.
We'll take a break, and as we go to the break, Troy Johnson is going to have a little special treat for us in just a while. We'll be right back with more of the HTV Radio Phone Game of the Week. Lafourche's defense on the field. South Lafourche coming out, and they are going for it on a 4th down and a long 3. Make it just about 4 yards. They have to almost reach the 11-yard line.
Big Coach Hill, we call a play.
Call the play. I pitch it out to Mr.
They're going to call another
Vic King.
They're going to call another timeout. Only 10 people on the field, I believe, for South Lafourche. 1, 2, 3. Only 10 people.
You are correct, sir.
That's that last timeout of the first half.
That's a good coach, always counting players.
Yeah. So it's awfully hard to win winning this league with 11, much less trying to play with 10.
You don't want me to play coach, but I'd give it to number 18.
Well, that's Coach Stanley Foray.
In the green jacket.
In the green jacket in the middle. Wish we knew the names of other gentlemen standing there, but Coach Foray has been here for ages. I'm not going to say how long, he's going to tell his age, and he's a good friend of mine. I don't want to do that to him. But he did say he was going duck hunting in the morning. Going out to Lake Terrio. Now we got 11 on 11. Look for the long count right here.
High formation behind Guidros.
Unbalanced line, running that sweep to unbalanced.
King has the football. King still going forward, but he is stacked up and stopped. First one there for Central Lafourche, 34, Travis Douglas, and others came in after him. Travis Douglas broke up that play, and coming in late, coach, was Rusty Melanson.
The only thing I could fault him for right here is if he's got the corner made. It looks like he's got the corner made if he goes to the outside. He's got a pretty good block right here by Angeletta. He sets him up. He goes outside. He might have a chance. But once again, look at the green shirts going to the football. That's a good job by Coach Tom Boudreaux's defense right there. Big defensive series right there for Central. I think they could do something right before half, get right back in this football game.
Handoff up the middle. That's Robinson. He's tripped up as he dives forward to about the 17-yard line. That's going to be a gain of a couple on the play.
I tell you what, that Courtney Smith for Central Lafourche is a big young man, and he is just a junior. They've got him listed at 370, I think.
I tell you what, Coach, we saw him. We commented before the game.
He doesn't look
he's
370.
Not that fat.
No, he is not fat. He is a good-looking trooper. He's just a junior. Well, I tell you what, if he continues to improve, they'll have a lot of schools knocking on his door next year.
Pitch back to Jenkins. Jenkins cuts it in, but we have a flag down on the outside.
Oh, didn't like it, block and blow the waste.
I think it's going to be a holding call.
Holding. Like I said, it's going to probably be a holding call. Did I say that?
It's something like that, yeah. It was an infraction.
I was just trying to think of what Gene was going to say, because Gene would say below the knee. That's what he got me a while ago on B.J. Daniels.
The penalty is
refused.
That's going to bring up a 3rd down. And about 7 to go for Central Lafourche. Checking into the ball game is 81, Nick Day. Jenkins split right, Day to the left. Plays off. Play action, looks across. It is picked off. Tripped up at about the 22-yard line. That's number 11 for South Lafourche on the pick, Vic Nelson. Big play for that Tarpon defense.
Have an official's timeout. Here we see right here, the ball just gets away from Plaisance right here. He just throws it up. Ball just gets out of his hands. Low cold weather might have something to do with that throw. And here's Vic Nelson on the interception coming back. That's Dillon trying to throw a block in front of him. He just trips up. Officials call a timeout. Oh, we got an injury on the sidelines.
Deion Jenkins, he's up now.
He's okay. Once again, Central Lafourche's defense, Coach Tom Boudreau, see if they're up to the task again of stopping them, keeping them out the end zone.
2:05 left to go here in the first half. The Tarpons already lead at 14-0, and
look for a little play action here on 1st down.
Looking over the middle. It's Plaisance with the interception. Barry Plaisance down the sideline. He's going to cut it up. Plaisance is past the 40-yard line. Central Lafourche takes it right back, and we have a flag.
Tell you what, you see a free safety at his best right here. He missed one early in the game, and he did not miss another one. King makes a tackle. Where you see a little play action, you'll see right here, but Plaisance at free safety. He reads the quarterback's eyes all the way, and he jumps right in the path of the football. Boom, right there. Tips the ball up, grabs it. Great job by Barry Plaisance. Takes the ball upfield. Gives Central Lafourche a shot right here to get on the scoreboard. Check this flag out here. I don't see any clipping right here. It might be there's a clip right there. Right at the tackle. That's a good call. Personal foul. Offsetting penalties. We'll play it right there.
Big play by Plaisance. As you said, Coach, he missed one earlier on that pass that was complete to Montez, and fortunately the Central Lafourche defense came up big that series of downs, and they just came up big again.
Yeah, the defense is making big plays for them. Now is the time for the offensive to answer, you know, put some points on the board. You have a clip against Central, a personal foul against South, offsetting penalties, and Central will get 1st down.
Central has it at their own 42-yard line. 1:52 left to go in the first half. Reggie Ugal in at quarterback.
They got to try to get on the board right here, even though if it's 3. Don't try to get greedy. Don't do nothing real stupid. Just throw another interception.
Ugal hands off. On the carry was Darius Griffin, but he gets nothing on the play.
Coach Randy Bro wants to call a timeout. They get the timeout. That's their first timeout of the first half for Central.
On the stop for South Lafourche, that time Ryan Maye again, number 54. Coach, I know, you know, we joke about this a lot, your conservative nature when you were a coach. As you were just saying, in this instance, Central Lafourche down by 2 touchdowns, close to midfield. You know, you don't want to take a lot of chances, but then again, you don't want to sit on this football either.
No, you don't want to. You got time. You got 1:43. You got 2 timeouts left. I think the important thing is to get on the board, even though if it's just 3 points right now. They get within play zones. They get the ball to the 25, 30-yard line. He's got the leg to kick it there. But you don't want to do something silly, but turning the ball over. You know, that defense is playing so good right now. The latter part of the second quarter, that with the exception of the big run and and the big pass play, so they've got to just try to get points on the board because like I said, South Lafourche will get the football to begin the second half.
While we have a chance, we'd like to thank our food sponsor here on Game of the Week, Subway, at 6637 Park Avenue in Houma, right in front of Lisa Park Subdivision. Great subs and salads at Subway. You can call them at 872-2709. So far in the ball game, unofficially, Coach Vic King with 113 yards on 9 carries, 78 of that in one play.
It still counts, but you take away the 78, he doesn't have but 35. So Central has done a good job on him. Once again, trying to throw a little quick dump because O'Quinn's coming. They just got to set their feet now. He can't get there that fast. You just get the football, set your feet, and throw it. He's got the men open.
That'll bring up a 3rd down and about 11. Still 1:39 left. Robinson in motion, left to right. They swing it out to him. Robinson has it. Sticks his head down. Robinson close to midfield, but he's going to be short of the 1st down. On the stop is B.J. Daniels.
Coach Randy Brose will call another timeout. I would not think he would try to go for it here. That'll give South Lafourche with no timeouts left, but still 1 minute and 30 left and a half.
That would be an interesting call, Coach.
Yeah, it would be.
Because if they don't make it, they give South Lafourche great field position.
Once again, like to thank Duncan Sporting Goods, Mike and Jerry Duncan, along with Archie Claymore, for supplying our staff with our good-looking shirts. But I'll say this: we can't see the good-looking shirts tonight, huh? This is nice and it's nice and chilly. It's not chilly; it's cold. Boy, good deer hunting weather, huh? Gee, man, if we had somebody that could really hunt a deer, probably could kill a deer in the morning.
It's good deer hunting weather. It may not be good deer shooting weather.
Yeah, well, for some people, get shoot. They are going to go for it on 4th, and I don't agree with it. But that's why he's coaching in shotgun.
Ugel back in the shotgun formation. They need to get to the 48-yard line. Need about 3 yards. Ugel steps up. He spins. He is going to be short. Fumble on the play. It's picked up. That's Ashton Dillon.
They're going to bring it back.
Nope.
Whistle blow.
They have whistled it down.
Maybe we can look at it again. Everybody stopped. It looked like here they are in a shotgun formation. Ugel didn't have anybody downfield open, so he's going to tuck it in right here. Somebody just grabs at the football. He's got to tuck it in. He's still got it out right there. I don't know. The head linesman came over.
Let's see if we can take a look at that one more time and see how that got spotted from the opposite end.
The umpire is the one that came in and supposedly said he blew the whistle. You'll see the gentleman right here, the umpire, the guy in the middle of the field, right behind the middle linebacker. He's going coming into the picture, the ball. You see the guy standing at the right of your picture. Here comes the football down. It looks like he wants to throw it to Smith, Courtney Smith. I don't see how he can see that far. It doesn't look like I don't see his beanbag. I don't even know if he knew it was a fumble.
May have been a break for Central Lafourche there.
He threw the flag instead of his beanbag. That's what happened. Okay. Good observation by Eagle Eye Gene Gino right here. He can't see the deer, but he can see the difference between a beanbag and a flag.
He threw the flag down below the knees.
Below the knee.
Officials still consulting.
3 wise men right here. I don't know what would be the discussion.
Well, if that was the case, Coach, that would take an explanation to both sides on what happened if he indeed did throw the flag instead of the beanbag. We have a problem.
There should be 120, I believe, huh?
All right, while they're trying to set the clock, let's go to Troy Johnson. Troy?
All right, Hill. Coach Pierce was really upset on that last play. He really thought it was a fumble. From my vantage point here, I also thought it was a fumble. The referee said that it was an incomplete pass. So no fumble on the play, Hill. Back to you.
Incomplete pass. It should have been illegal receiver downfield if he called it incomplete pass, because number 64, Courtney Smith, is the one that he was throwing the football to, right?
That's a big tight end.
He's definitely I don't know about a big tight end, but he's definitely a big target.
Interesting call if that was the case. South Lafourche will take over once they get this clock set. Looks like they're trying to put 1:25 back on the clock, and they have it now. No, we're still going. Let's see. Now we're ready for play. 1st and 10 for the Tarpons at the Central Lafourche. 49. Vic King has the football, and he's stacked up after a gain of only 1 up to the 48-yard line. Jory Guidry and Barry Plaisance come up to make the tackle. 2nd down and 9. Just over a minute left and counting here in the first half.
Got in a double wing that time in the Delaware wing. We're in double wing, run motion to King and run a little handoff to him on a sweep to the wide side of the field.
King in motion, handoff up the middle. That's Angelette still going forward. Angelette just short of a first down by about a half a yard inside the 40-yard line. Clock is still running. 30 seconds left in the half.
Coach Pierce might take a shot at the end zone right here. Something deep, maybe get an interference call.
He could throw it up to Dillon, but a good one is covering him. Number 14, that's Chris Lagarde. Handoff up the middle. That's Angelette inside the 30. That's a first down. That'll stop the clock with 9 seconds left in the half.
They're going to line up in the 2-minute offense, and they're going to kill the clock. They're going to spike the football.
Six seconds left in the half after Guidros throws that one into the ground.
Chris Lagarde was one of our players of the week, radiophone player of the week, from performance from
Terrebonne ball game.
Terrebonne High School. Had a couple of interceptions and had a great game that night for Chris Lagarde, number 14.
Angelette unofficially with 44 yards on 7 carries so far in the first half, including a touchdown.
Now we'll see him go to the end zone. Something deep. Again,
you have Ashton Dillon now set up to the top of the screen, not going against Lagarde. King has the football. He's going to throw it into the end zone, intended for Dillon. Touchdown, Tarpons.
I didn't see a
Nobody made a call. Now someone says incomplete.
Tell you what, this is a good shot right here, the replay. Oh, Lordy. The ground causes a fumble. I don't know if he had possession. But let's look at it again, man. If we look at it one more time. We'll look at it one more time. Catch the football. He cradles the football in his hands. Now, when he hits the ground, when he gets, I don't know if he ever, he's still.
1, 2, knee down.
Touchdown.
We'll take a break. We're at halftime. It's South Lafourche 14, Central Lafourche nothing. Stay with us for more of the HTV radio phone game of the week. For the week, a lot of controversy about that last non-call right before the half. Let's take a look at the play again. Ashton Dillon going up for the football.
He's got possession of the football. Once he crosses the goal line, he takes 1 step, 2 steps. He has control of the football.
Knees down.
His knees are down. When he goes down, he still has control of the football. He hits the ground, and the ball pops up. The official at the bottom of the screen, you can't see him. Nobody makes a call, but it's definitely a touchdown.
bad break for South Lafourche, a good break for Central Lafourche as the Tarpons lead it 14-0. It could have been more. On the track is Troy Johnson, and he has a special guest, the 1997 Central Lafourche Homecoming Queen. Troy?
Okay, guys, we're here with 1997 Homecoming Queen for Central Lafourche Trojans, Miss Jennifer Mathern. Jennifer, this has got to be a big night for you.
Yes, it is. Very much so.
Okay, what are your plans after graduation, Jennifer?
I want to go to LSU and eventually go to medical school and major in physical therapy.
What other kind of activities were you involved in while you were here?
I played basketball, and I was on dance team and student council, every kind of club.
Okay, well, I hope you much success in your future, Jennifer. Big night for Jennifer and her family. Back to you, Hill.
Thank you, Troy. There you see Jennifer and her dad, and here is the second half kickoff. See who that is. That is B.J. Daniels, number 3, with the football. He's tackled at about the 27-yard line. Number 45 running down the field just a minute ago, trying to break up that play for Central Lafourche. His name is Jason Lafourche. He said they call him Crazy Deaf. He is deaf, and he is one of their monster guys on kickoff returns. A lot of enthusiasm, Coach, and they tell us he's a great inspiration for a lot of other players on that ball club.
Big injury for Central Lafourche. We found out at halftime. Number 86, Rusty Melanson, defensive end, who has had an outstanding first half, had a separated shoulder, will not play the second half.
Hand off to King, and King is stacked up. Maybe a gain of a yard, and that's it. The tackle by 55, Mike Orgeron.
Central Lafourche's defense, since the beginning, about the midway of the second quarter, really pinned the ears back and has done a great job stopping this offense for South Lafourche. Now the offense has to generate some offense. I mean, it's just 14-0. Stop them here, get the get the football back, and maybe try to put some points on the board and get back in this game.
2nd and 9. King in motion. The handoff up the middle. Stop on the play by 33 for Central Lafourche. That's Travis Bourgeois. Looked like they may have had a face mask in the middle of that, Coach.
His hand went up to his head. I don't know if he grabbed it, but luckily he wasn't called. Chris Lagarde trying to get the crowd involved in get a little excited here in the stands.
That's a gain of a couple. Make it 3. That brings up a 3rd down. And 6 for South Lafourche at 31-yard line. Guidro still has the football. The pitch back to King. The pursuit is there for Central Lafourche, and King is stacked up. That's going to bring up a 4th down for the Tarpons. Barry Plazos, number 17, coming up from the defensive backfield for the stop. Jenkins is going to go deep for Central Lafourche.
Here's the option play. Guidro's pitching to King. You see Barry Plazos coming from his free safety, who's helping on the pitch man.
Guidro's really never made anyone commit to him, and they stayed outside with King. Short kick, and Plazos calls for the fair catch at the 41-yard line. The Trojans will take over from there. They're going to try to get on the scoreboard for the first time, trailing by 2 touchdowns.
Good field position here on his exchange. Their defense did their job once again. 3 plays and out for South's offense. Now they need to generate some offense of their own. Move the football, give their defense a little break. You're not going to get tired of a night like tonight. A little cold on the field.
First down at the 41. Robinson in motion for the Trojans. Back to pass his plays off. He throws it out to Jenkins. Is complete. He's tackled at the 46-yard line. That'll be a gain of 5 on the play.
Tackle by number 3 for the South Lafourche Tarpons, B.J. Daniels. Little 3-step quick drop, a little quick hitch. Move the chains. Good positive yardage on first down. Once again, trips formation to the far sideline.
2nd and 5. Bauer behind Plazos. Bauer has the football, diving forward. Dangerous play there as he was hit in the air in the midsection.
trying to hurl the offensive line, trying to get a little extra, but that's ill-advised right there. When you're midair, you're exposing that football. Anything can happen.
Ryan Maillet on the last stop. That's a gain of 2 on the play.
Linebackers for South Lafourche are very, very active players. Of course, in this defensive scheme, in any defensive scheme, your linebackers should make a lot of tackles. That's Maillet and Savoy. Of course, O'Quinn has made his share from the outside, from the defensive end.
3rd and a long 2 for Central Lafourche. Plays off, back to pass, swings it out, incomplete. Pressure up the middle, didn't give Plaisance much time to get set. Jenkins and Robinson, along with 81 Daig, all that in that general direction for Central Lafourche.
O'Quinn once again in his face. I mean, they've got to put somebody in his face. Got to slow him down a little bit. I mean, he was pure havoc the first half, and once again he starts off right where he did the first half. Right on this play here, it just comes untouched. He was in Plaisance's face before he could even get the ball cocked.
Reggie Ugel back to punt. He stands at his own 35-yard line. Ashton Dillon back to receive it inside his own 25. Ugel gets off the line, drive. Dillon is going to back away from it. It rolls inside the 15-yard line, and the Tarpons are pinned back. Now, Coach, something that was completely different in the first half. South Lafourche had great field position, and Central Lafourche was pinned back.
Well, it looks like that defense got the score for him right here. The offense hasn't generated much offense at all. Defense has been playing very, very well. Maybe need to make a big play defensively to get some points on the board. Now you got to do a good job of tackling right here. Fumble.
Central Lafourche has the football. Angelette coughs it up. Plaisance, number 17, on the recovery. And Coach, just as you said it, the defense makes a big play.
Well, they have to. He just called it. I don't think the ball never got. He never got the ball. Looks like the ball hit him on the knee. On the exchange, Guidros tries to put the ball in his midsection. Looks like he hits Angelette's knee, and it just bounced on the field. Barry Plaisance once again. Man and Owl making the big play for him defensively. Ogle will go into the game at quarterback. They alternate quarterbacks. He and Barry Plaisance. Great opportunity right here for Central Lafourche. They'll come out in twins formation, 2 backs.
Robinson has the football. Robinson up the middle with some good yardage. Close to the 10-yard line. They're going to mark it, I think, at about the 12, but that's a gain of about 7 yards on the play. Jean Savoy.
Look, guard tackle trap. Takes a step to the wide side of the field, and he comes back, pulls the backside guard and tackle. Great job of good surge blocking right there. Smith was in the hole for Central Lafourche. Big Courtney Smith. Trying to get in trips formation, 1 back.
2nd and 3 from the 12. The pitch back to Bauer. He's cut down.
I don't know if that's the guy you want running the sweep. Trips formation, didn't have really good outside speed. I mean, that's a big loss right there. And once again, that's O'Quinn in the backfield.
19, Alario coming up from the defensive backfield to trip him up. Good play for the Tarpons, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down and about 6.
Maybe look for some, trying to get the ball to James to playing as a tight end on a little delay, maybe, or run him across the field underneath.
Jenkins in motion left to right.
There he is deep.
It's thrown out to Bauer, and Bauer is going to have a 1st down inside the 10-yard line.
Little play action ball. If he could have got his shoulders around, James the Planners was wide open in the end zone, but he also had Bowers wide open. You see right here, faking the ball of Robinson on a little tackle trap, and he has Bowers in the flat. Gets the ball right in front of him, but James the Planners was wide open in the end zone.
8-yard gain, and that'll bring up a first down rather, and goal for Central Lafourche at the 7-yard line. Steve Beaumoulin, number 11, checks into the ball game at wide receiver. The handoff to Robinson. He had stacked up at the line of scrimmage, may have even lost a yard. One of the first guys there for South Lafourche was Ryan Maillet.
Run the same play, just pull a guard that time. Try to run a little guard trap backside. South Lafourche did a good job that time of staying home on the backside. No place to run the football. Second and goal from about the 10.
Nick Digg checks back into the ball game.
Once again, maybe a little play action right here. Put Ogle on the corner.
Robinson in motion. Pitch back to Bauer. Bauer cuts it in, and Bauer breaks the tackle, surges forward, but there's a flag thrown in the direction you would expect offensive holding.
No doubt about it. That's what it is, offensive holding. Oh, big call right here.
That will back the Trojans up. The flag is at the 12-yard line, so that'll move it back past the 20-yard line.
Once again, a little sweep action. Ogle's there, he throws the ball. His umpire throws the flag right in the middle. Got somebody on the interior line. Central is going the wrong way here.
Checking into the game for the Trojans, number 80, Caudell Collins, a junior wide receiver. Second and goal now back at the 22-yard line. Collins and Jenkins both split to the right. Robinson in the slot, in motion now, right to left. Miguel rolling out, has a receiver in the middle. That's Collins inside the 5-yard line. Miguel picked him up there in the middle of the field, and Collins has it down to the 2.
Finally, O'Quinn goes inside too much, and Ogel gets outside of him right here, throws the ball across his body. Does a good job of getting the ball out there to him. Big third down play.
Caudell Collins with the 20-yard pickup. That brings up a 3rd and goal at the 2. Nice chunk of yardage there to put themselves in scoring position. 3rd down. Big play for the Trojans. Robinson in motion. Handoff to Bauer. He's undercut. He's down at the 1.
I don't think Coach Brewer has any choice right here but to try to get a touchdown. Bowles is limping.
Terrence Ilario diving in there.
There's a shot right there. Bowles' right leg. I don't know if it's his ankle or his shin, but he is hurting. He is hurting. Coach Randy Brewer decided to go for it.
The big man, number 64, Courtney Smith, trying to get the rest of his offensive line fired up in there. Fourth down and goal. Ugel mix up in the backfield. Robinson has it, trying to get around the outside. Robinson is stopped.
Oh, I tell you what, execution will kill you on the goal line, kill you anywhere, but it really hurts you on the goal line because you give that split second. You see right here is just a handoff. You didn't know where he was going, outside, inside. It just makes the offensive man stop. It gives the defensive people an opportunity to get upfield. Golden opportunity right there for Central to get back into the football game.
Handoff up the middle for South Lafourche. Not much of anything on the play. I believe that was Angelette. Douglas and Douglas. 61 Brent. 34 Travis on the stop.
Once again, Central Lafourche defense has to answer the call. Keep them pinned back right here, and they should get excellent field position unless they get a turnover.
Less than 3 minutes remaining here in the 3rd quarter of play. A quick one. Handoff right up the middle. That's Angelette again on the carry. Travis Bourgeois with the stop. That's a pretty nice gain of about 6 on the play. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 3.
Just base dive right there out of Delaware wing. Once again, Angelette's a load to stop when he gets going north and south.
Late substitutions in there for South Lafourche. They're going to need to hurry to get this play off.
Got 10 seconds right now. Under 10 now. They better hurry.
Guidros gets it off. Handoff up the middle. The pile is moving forward, but I don't think they've moved far enough. Let's see.
Depends on the spot. Looks like they got a pretty good spot.
They might have to measure this one.
They're going to measure it.
Time for Eagle Eye to shine. Brent Douglas on the last stop. Troy Johnson has a report for us while they measure this. Troy?
All right, Hill, we just saw a great defensive stop by South Lafourche. 4th and 1, the guys rose up. And I was looking at the Hill, and I'll tell you what, they had 8 men in the box. They played run all the way. Central Lafourche tried to run wide with no success. The defense has risen to the occasion. Back to you, Hill.
Thank you, Troy. Must be contagious on the time of year when Gene can't kill any deer. He can't spot either.
He can't. He said it was short.
Well, you said you were short.
Well, there's no doubt about that. But they got an excellent spot that time on that play.
First down for the Tarpons. Handoff up the middle again. That's Angelette, and he's going forward. He's going to be close to another first down. When he gets going, Coach, he carries people.
He is a load. He is a load. It's just smash mouth football right now for South Lafourche.
A pickup of 10 for Angelette.
Tell you what, this clock is running. It'll be under a minute when they snap the ball for the left in the 3rd quarter. Central has to make some plays.
First down at the 25-yard line. Handoff, that's King right up the middle. Big King is going straight up the gut. King is outrunning Lagarde, trying to catch him. He will score. 75-yard touchdown run for Big King, and the Tarpons lead it 20-0.
What a turnaround. Central Lafourche has an opportunity to get points on the board and go down by 7. They come back. Central Lafourche picks up a big first down, and Vivian King once again, this straight in the eye formation. You know they go get the football to him. Just great blocking up front. He cuts up middle of the field. No free safety that time, and he just outrun Chris Lagarde to the corner. Good looking back right there. Also a junior. Whew. Nothing wrong with his knees there.
The extra point is up and good. 50 seconds left to go here in the 3rd quarter. We'll take a break. Home would be a little bit better than the cool breeze of this stadium. 21-0. South Lafourche leads it. Pooch kick. Hits it about the 25. Griffin has it. Cuts outside. Darius Griffin has some room. Griffin is knocked out of bounds at the 37-yard line.
Almost backfired on a little pooch kick there. Griffin's got great speed. He grabs the ball in the bounds. He just very fortunate right here for South Lafourche that he steps out of bounds. Missed tackle. Got contained man for South right there. Just missed a tackle. Somebody goes inside. Another missed tackle. And Southwell, I think 23, just drives them out of bounds.
Plays off in at quarterback. Bauer and Robinson in the eye behind him. Jenkins in motion left to right. Plays off. Pump fakes. Rolls outside now. Looking for Jenkins in the middle of the field. Hits Ilario right in the helmet and falls incomplete.
Sophomore defensive back, number 19, Terrence Ilario. Plays on's got pressure in the pocket, rolled outside, got outside contained. Bought a little bit more time to throw the football upfield. Almost makes a big completion.
They had Jenkins surrounded. There were 3 or 4 Tarpons around him. Second and 10. Jenkins in motion again. Robinson has the football. Cutting around the outside. Robinson is past the 40-yard line up to the 43. It's a gain of about 6 on the play. Jean Doucet finally gets him out of bounds. Make it a gain of 5. That'll bring up a 3rd and 5.
All these good backs make that extra yardage. I'm going to tell you, he's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage, and he turns it into a 5-yard gain. Excellent effort by Robinson at that.
Collins checks into the ball game, number 80 for Central Lafourche on its 3rd down play. He and Jenkins split to the right side. Bauer set back behind, plays off. Aucoin after plays off. Aucoin tries to trip him up. Plays off, still has it, and he's knocked out of bounds at about the 44. Gain of only a yard on the play. That'll bring up a 4th down.
Tell you what, Corey Aucoin is relentless on his pursuit. I'm going to tell you what, he gets upfield. He goes inside right here. Misses the tackle, but he's coming after him again right there. Corey gives him a little move right there. Here comes his teammate, so they in hot pursuit right here.
Michael Carey finally pushed him out of bounds. 4th down.
Missing some players. Got to watch the fake.
Ogal back to punt. He's standing at his own 30. The snap is good. The kick is off. Ashton Dillon lets it hit, and boy, it's going to take a big Central Lafourche roll all the way down to the 7-yard line. Coach, I know you don't like that.
No, I tell you what, they were in a prevent right there, making sure they were going to punt the football, but at least you got to put one man deep.
8 seconds left to go here in the 3rd quarter. South Lafourche with a 21-0 lead.
I think you give up 30 yards right there in field position. Catch the ball on the 30, at least you don't have your backs against the wall. Now any kind of turnover right here for South Lafourche gives Central a chance to score quick. And that's what they're going to need right now to get back in this football game. I don't think they'll get this play off.
Timeout by South Lafourche. We'll keep it here. There's only a few seconds left to go in the 3rd period. Coach, you said just a moment ago when I commented on the 2 long runs by King, that's 2 times he's broken loose. In effect, Central Lafourche has done a pretty decent job against him, but with a guy like that who has that breakaway capabilities, I mean, he's done it twice.
When you relax against good football players, good running backs, you're going to get hurt. And that's exactly what happened to Central Lafourche. You plug, you stop them all night, for 40 yards and the rest of his carries. But those 2 carries is what hurts. I mean, you got to play hard every play, especially when you're playing against a good offensive back.
A good 1-2 punch for South Lafourche, Coach. Their fullback, not only a good blocker, Reese Angelette, but he's shown he can carry the ball as well.
And carry a lot of people with him also. He can carry more than the football. There's the chain right here going around the track.
Kidros does not have to throw the ball very often with those 2 running backs. The carry on the play for South Lafourche, and that will be the end of the 3rd quarter. South Lafourche with another big touchdown run by Vic King extends their lead. He leads Central Lafourche 21-0. Stay with us for the 4th quarter of the HTV.
B.J. Daniels for South Lafourche, and a little reverse, wing back coming back cross.
That's a 1st down for South Lafourche. The Tarpons have it at their own 26-yard line. King in motion. The handoff to Daniels up the middle again. This time Daniels is stuffed. Number 6 for Central Lafourche in there, Jory Guidry.
All Coach Pierce wants to do now is just milk the clock. They ain't gonna be in any hurry out of the huddle. They're gonna watch the back judge. When he puts his hands up, they're gonna have 10 seconds. They're gonna get every bit they can of that. Get that play off.
No gain that time for Daniels. Daniels in motion, the handoff up the middle. That's Angelette. Angelette is up to about the 29. Gain of a couple. That'll bring up a 3rd down and 8.
Tackle was made by number 79. That's not Charles Falls, is it?
That's that mystery player, Coach. Because if that's Charles Falls,
he's 5'5".
He grew about 6 inches and about 70 pounds, 80 pounds. Third and long for South Lafourche. Barry Plazos comes up with the tackle of Michael Bellaris. That'll bring up a 4th down.
Hey, what Barry Plazos is like a heck of a game for Central Lafourche. Fumble recovery, had an interception, almost had another one.
Good snap, the kick's blocked. Is that 87 for Central Lafourche as Tommy Zarang in there to block that punt.
82.
82. I can't read.
Brandon
Olivo.
5'11", 175 linebacker, senior. Senior night, right?
That's why you have the glasses, Schwab.
Well, I'm beginning to wonder about your eyesight. 82. Gene's got it. Gene and I are together on these numbers.
Yeah, that's because y'all are both old. Plays off. Under center, 1st down at the 31-yard line. Jenkins in motion. Plays on, still has the football. No one to pitch it to. He cuts it inside. He's going to gain about 4 on the play, up to about the 27. Daniels on the stop.
Run option. Everybody had the dive man covered, had the pitch man covered. Nobody had quarterback. Nobody had quarterback. Barry just turns upfield, picks up good yardage. Got to get on the board in this drive.
Jenkins in motion again, right to left. Plays on his back, throws it out. It is complete.
Too much cushion at the top of the field. I mean, top of the screen. I mean, the guy's 15 yards off the football. He just takes a 3-step drop and just throws a little quick. I mean, you still don't see the defensive back for South.
The reception by number 80, Cordell Collins. That'll be a 1st down at the 15-yard line of South Lafourche. Robinson, the deep back. Plays on, still has the football. Plays on inside the 10, inside the 5. Touchdown, Central Lafourche.
Good execution on option right here by Barry Plazons. Again, once again, nobody for South. See, fake the dive right there. He's got the pitch man Robinson. Somebody goes to pitch. Nobody has option. Defensive back for South Lafourche had no idea who had the football.
Dick Nelson, who earlier had an interception, didn't pick up that Plazos had the ball, and he ran right past him into the end zone. Plazos now will attempt the extra point. It is up and good.
Good snap by Travis Bourgeois, number 33.
8:29 left to go here in the 4th quarter. South Lafourche 21, Central Lafourche 7.
It's the hottest new music program in South Louisiana. Laid back, Tune in to HTV every day or night to both national and local talent from South Louisiana. The laid-back music show has been privileged with some great talent. Taped each Thursday night at Visions Nightclub, we invite you to be a part of our program audience. Make a date with some great musical talent every Thursday night at Visions Nightclub. It's laid back.
Radiophone Prepaid Express Cellular. You pay by the minute, so you know exactly how much you're spending. Use any cellular phone or buy a new one for as low as $99. There are no bills to pay, no credit checks. You don't even have to sign a contract. It's that easy. We'll even give you a free $5 calling card. Prepaid Express Cellular is available at Radiophone locations throughout the Houma Thibodeau area. There's one in your neighborhood. Radiophone, the personal communications company.
There you see some of the Central Lafourche band. Gene Gano playing Pictionary up here. In case any of you people ever want to win some money, I'd bet against him.
Don't ever enter in those contests, local contests on TV, Gene. You'll never win. You're going to make a complete fool of yourself. Tell you what, you know, you talk about crucial times in the game, the goal line staying by South Lafourche, and they come back in the 75-yard run. Central Lafourche is going to go for an onside kick here.
It's a good one. The Trojans still, it's on the ground.
Gosh, they had an opportunity.
They did have an opportunity. You're exactly right, Coach, but it looks like someone from South Lafourche came forward to dive on that football.
Looks like Corey O'Quinn. That's who he was, number 31. You see the first man for Central does a great job. Right here, it bounces right. It hits a guy from South Lafourche in the hands, and a kid from, I don't know who that was. Tell you what, that's a well executed right there. It just didn't get the football.
First down for the Tarpons at their own 41-yard line. Hand off to King, spinning forward, but Central Lafourche has it stacked up in the middle of the line. That's going to be a gain of maybe a yard or two on the play. Beau Baudouin with the tackle for Central.
Defense has to come up with another big play for Central Lafourche. 7 minutes and 7:56 and counting. And once again, South is not going to be in any hurry.
Handoff, that's Angelette going forward up to about the 48-yard line. They'll mark it at the 49. Gain of about 6 on the play. That'll bring up third down. And a long two.
61, Brent Douglas for Central makes the tackle.
South Lafourche perfectly content to let that clock roll down. He draws hands off. Angelette up the middle. Angelette looks like he's going to have a first down up to the 48-yard line. Plays Austin Douglas on that last stop. First down for the Tarpons at the Trojan 48-yard line. 6:50 and counting left to go in this ball game.
Oh, I'll tell you what, Coach Randy Brewer's going to if himself to death if the score stays like this. Had a golden opportunities, just didn't cash in.
Handoff up the middle. That's Angelette again, still going forward. Angelette's going to be close to another first down.
I tell you one thing about South Lafourche football players. I mean, they just go from snap to whistle. Them offensive linemen are just, they're blocking until they hear that whistle. They don't never stop.
They're going to measure this one. Gino, I think it's a first. What do you think? Gene thinks it's short.
It's just like that rifle you shoot. It's short.
Yeah, boy. Well, let's see whether this was a 9 or 10-yard gain.
Credit card. Official wants to call a first down. He's still undecided. Well,
Gino was right, and Troy Johnson has a report for us on the sideline. Troy?
All right, Hill, with 7 minutes left in the game, big first down pickup by the Tarpons. I tell you what, they have been running the fullback and the halfback king all night long. They've had a lot of success up the middle and also running wide. Big first down pickup with 7 minutes left in the game, Hill. Back to you.
Thanks, Troy. Gino was right by about 1/8 of an inch.
He just waited for the umpire to put his hand up. Now they got 10 seconds.
Plaisance and Douglas come up to make the stop of Vic King. Central Lafourche is going to take a timeout to stop this clock with 5:40 left. Loss of a couple on the play, Coach. That's going to bring up a 3rd down and a long 2. Good defensive play.
Well, I guess you could question the call now since they wasn't successful with it. But, you know, when you have Angelette, who's been carrying at least 3 or 4 or 5 yards every time he runs the football from tackle to tackle, and they try a little razzle-dazzle, hand the ball off, fake the ball to fullback, and then sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but they still got 3rd and about 3.
First time we have seen this matchup, Coach, in Game of the Week, and as far as the crowd excitement and the intensity and everything we look for.
Yes. Well, these two teams have played, you know, last year they played, both teams were undefeated. They played down the bar. They had 8,000 people. And, you know, Central Lafourche, when they played here tonight, I mean, they had a good crowd. I don't know if they had 8,000, but I tell you what, they had an excellent crowd for homecoming and senior night for their football players. Just loyal fans, Hillary. They've always been loyal to their schools. Of course, they've had excellent programs here. You know, Bob Grohl here and Ralph Perry at South Lafourche, who won a state championship there with Billy Hebert. And so,
or Bobby Hebert, either of the two.
I'm sorry, Bobby Hebert. Billy Bob was his little brother.
3rd down and a long 2.
South Lafourche have to call a timeout. They can't get enough people on the field. Sometimes they get 10, sometimes they get 11. That time they had 12.
We'll take a break. 5:40 left to go here in the 4th quarter. South Lafourche 21, Central Lafourche 7.
He is a trip. So they tried to play with 12 people when they played John Curtis just to give him a little help.
3rd down and 2. Handoff up the middle. That's Angelette going forward. Angelette's going to pick up a 1st down.
They ran an unbalanced line to the bottom of the screen, and he went back to the weak side, away from the unbalance. Just ran a little H blocking with the halfback kicking out, and Angelette, of course, that big body running upfield.
Unofficially, I have Angelette with 85 yards on 16 carries. Not bad.
And King had what?
190.
Got a possibility of having 2 backs over 100.
King has the football up the middle. Gain of a yard, and that's it. Good Central Lafourche penetration in the middle there, led by 79 Charles Foss. If we have that name wrong, we apologize, but that's the only name we were given for 79, unless it may be Charles Foss and they just may have bad stats.
They've been announcing Charles Foss, Gene? You picked it up early or what? Oh, I'll tell you what, you're very talented. How can you do so many things at one time? Look at the glasses, write down names, and listen to the guy on the PA system. That's unbelievable.
Just can't shoot deer.
He just can't, you're right. I just wish you'd go to Sheriff's Rifle Range and practice a little bit. Get us some meat. That's motion or delay of game. Delay of game. Look, took a little bit too much time there, Blake.
A little bit that time. Of course, we'd like to thank all the people here at Central Lafourche for their hospitality and having us here for this ball game. The principal, Gene DeCure, head coach Randy Bro, and everybody over here at Central Lafourche, thanks very much for all of your help, and thanks for all the information given to us about the South Lafourche staff as well. It's been a good high school game of the week here. We've had some very, very good games. Great performances.
Yes, we've had some good ones. Very entertaining football games throughout the year.
Handoff up the middle. That's Angelette again, and he's going to get up to about the original line of scrimmage. Maybe a little bit short. Gain back 3 of those yards.
Hopefully we can continue next Friday night in the playoffs. Get some money. South Terrebonne has a possibility if they win tonight. I think they'll come. They'll come second in their district, and they'll probably play a home game. If they lose and get a wild card, all probability have to play John Curtis.
B.J. Daniels around the outside with good yardage, but there's a flag on the outside.
Offensive holding, wide receiver.
Just over 3.5 minutes left to go in the ball game. There you see it around the outside. The holding, as you said, Coach, more than likely on one of the wide receivers on the outside.
Yep. It just stops the clock.
3rd and about 14 now for the Tarpons at the central Lafourche 40-yard line. Guidro still has the football, looks across. It is complete. Still going. Couldn't pick up the number. That might be number 3, Daniels. I couldn't pick it up, though.
Tell you what, he made a great move after he catches the football. That is number 36, I think it is. 38, Travis St. Pierre. Watch this little move right here, Hillary. Little rollout. Hits him right. He does a great job of catching the football with his hands. He makes a little move outside. He cuts back inside.
That's 8, Joshua Dardar with the catch.
Oh, I'm sorry. Number 8, Joshua Dardar. You said 38, Gene. No, I'm sorry, sir. I knew you wasn't wrong. I'm very sorry. I'm sorry. Forgive me?
With my eyesight and your hearing, we're in good shape. First down at the 20. Handoff, that's Aucoin. Check that on the carry, 21, Michael Felleries. No gain on the play.
And counting. 251, 250.
Second down and 10 for the Tarpons. As you said earlier, Coach Pierce had an idea of who he might be playing, Coach.
Well, he said if he gets in, you know, it wasn't a definite for them. He said he thought it was a definite for Central Lafourche with their power rating. If they won the football game, they would more than likely get a wild card. They're gonna have to wait till Sunday till the committee meets. But he says if they do get in, it's either gonna be West Jefferson or Archbishop Shaw. And I tell you what, either one of them is going to be a heck of a challenge. You know, Shaw's going to be tied for district champs with Jesuit. Jesuit is going to be champions because of they defeated Shaw earlier, and then West Jefferson wins that district.
Guidros hands it off.
Aucoin. Now the game just boils down to the fact that the inability of Central Lafourche, they stopped the clock here on the timeout, the inability of Central Lafourche just to generate any kind of offense, with the exception of that one drop on the goal line stands. They had a golden opportunity there to score, but they just did not generate enough offense, Hillary. And that defense played well enough, especially in the second quarter when they shut down South Lafourche from scoring. That gave them an opportunity to get back in the game, and they just never could take advantage of anything.
While we have a break, Coach, of course, I'd like to mention that next week, regardless of whether or not we have a high school playoff game or not, we'll be doing the Nichols State-McNeese State game from Thibodaux that you'll be seeing next weekend. high school football regular season over tonight. Any surprises for you this year?
Well, I tell you what, South Terrebonne surprised me. You know, they just at the beginning of the year was a big question mark for Coach Curley, and he had a lot of young kids, but those guys really came around. You know, and I was kind of surprised at Terrebonne High. I really thought they'd be a lot more competitive. They were competitive. I thought they'd have a lot better season. Of course, they had some key injuries. You know, when little Joe Tutone got hurt, they're going to try a field goal here on 4th down.
Hector Gonzalez, the senior place kicker, will be trying a 35-yard field goal.
They're going to call another timeout. At 10 people again.
Talk about the move. We mentioned it a few times this year, the struggle of H.L. Bourgeois and Terrebonne moving up to 5A this year.
Big adjustment, Hillary. It's just a different class altogether. You know, you've got to be prepared for everything on that level. Of course, you got to be prepared for everything on any level, but I'm going to tell you what, there's so much competition right there, and you got so many good athletes in the field, man. I mean, we've seen it all year, and we didn't even get to see Hornbill. We didn't get to see Destrehan or East St. John. They say those teams are so talented, and you know, just the teams in our local area. You know, you got Claude Johnson from Terrebonne, you got Sean Christmas from H.L. Bourgeois. You know, you got the King kid from South Lafourche. You got Barry Plaisance from Central Lafourche. I mean, you've got some outstanding talent in this district, man. Just unbelievable.
Not to mention Clint Shakespeare at Vanderbilt.
Yes.
The kick is blocked and fallen on.
That's a flag.
And a flag. They're going to throw a flag, but I believe that would be post-possession, so Central Lafourche should get the football.
They'll get a 15-yard penalty with 1 minute and 44 seconds left in the football game.
Coach, we've been hearing so much the past week about this proposal before the LHSAA to split up the public schools with the non-public schools. It looks like after a meeting last week that, and maybe leaning towards staying status quo. What's your opinion on that?
I tell you what, Hillary, I've always said that the numbers game in high school football is really, it's the advantage of the guy at the top of the bracket. You get the guys in the low part of the bracket of 5A. Hard to compete against them guys that's got all them kids in school. Same thing for AAA. If they're gonna control the John Curtis's and the Evangel high schools. They got to keep them guys from recruiting, and that's all they're doing is recruiting. I mean, you know, they've got kids from a long ways playing for John Curtis, just like Evangel in North Louisiana. So they got to start punishing these people for the illegal stuff that they're doing.
Plaisance throws it out to Jenkins. Jenkins is going to be close to a first down. What I can understand, Coach, is why hire another assistant, which you're thinking about doing, to come in and enforce laws which they've been having in place for years and never have enforced.
No, they never have.
You're going to hire someone just to do a job you haven't been doing?
Exactly. You're exactly right.
Plaisance throws it out again, complete to Jenkins again, and a first down.
They just need to enforce the rules. If you get caught, you know, you got to get put on probation, and you can't play for a district championship. Do something to them, but they've got to stop it. And I'm going to tell you what, Hillary, if they don't stop it, if they don't start adhering to the rules, they're going to have a split in this association, I'm telling you, because they got a lot more public school principals than they do parochial and private school, so they better do something about it, or they're going to have a split. And I think it'll be a disaster for high school football in Louisiana when you split them up, because you're not going to have the best playing the best.
Throw it out to Jenkins again. It's through his hands and incomplete. A little bit of a delay on whether or not that was a lateral or not, but they do call it incomplete. 1:13 left to go down the ball game. Bring up a 2nd and 10. Well, when you have teams like John Curtis and Evangel who have kids from 30 miles away from their school coming to their school, that's one of the big problems that most public schools have with the system.
No doubt about it.
The pitch out to Bauer, that's going to be a short gain. You also have on a smaller level, Coach, I mean, you have recruiting done by a lot of other schools in different sports besides football.
Yes.
People are really specifying football, but you know, you have high school basketball coaches would go to junior highs and say, hey, you know, we'd like for you to play for us. Could you move to your aunt's house or whatever? It goes on.
It does happen. I mean, you know, in the city of New Orleans, I know from firsthand, because the 6 to 7 years I spent at St. Barth High School in New Orleans, I mean, it was unbelievable recruiting. The Rumbles, the Jesuits, the De La Salles would come to our place a lot. And we chased them away. I mean, heck, we wouldn't even let them on the school grounds. But it continues to do that. And you have some people locally that's doing it, you know. They better be careful, because somebody's going to turn them in, somebody's going to do some investigation, and some of this program's going to get burnt. I mean, you know, you just can't keep doing that. You know, people living in one community, going clean across and going to play for another school. That's what I'm talking about, Hill. That's got to be stopped. It has got to be stopped. Everybody has to play on the same playing field, you know, by the same rules. You're going to bend the rules for some people, you got to bend them for all.
3rd down and 10 for Central Lafourche, trying to get something going here. They trail it by 2 touchdowns with just over a minute left in the ball game. Plays off in the shotgun. Trips left. Throws it out to Bauer. Incomplete. Never did have it. That'll bring up a 4th down.
And we get a look again, trying to throw a little screen. Everybody covered. Once again, congratulations to Randy Bro and his staff. You know, they had a hard year. Started out like a gangbusters, you know, then they got in the meat of that schedule. I mean, to tell you, every Friday night. I mean, of course, we've already talked about the district, how competitive it is, and it was just awfully tough for him and his staff. But his kids played hard. He's got a lot of kids coming back. They'll be back.
Ryan Maillet in on that last pass play. The attempt to Bowers. 4th and 10. Plays off. Will roll. Steps up now. Plays off. Is dropped by Oakland. Couple of knees, and that ought to do it.
Yeah. Below the knee or
below the knee? Yeah. Below the knee. Thank you, Gene, for that.
Below the knee. Take your souvenir program home with you, Gene. Read that tonight. I'm going to give you a test on the next Friday. Just on the pictures. Yeah. Have to run a couple plays here. New quarterback there for South Lafourche, number 7.
That's Rory Riles. Excuse me, on the other side, Michael DeLotte in there, number 7, for South Lafourche. The clock is stopped. There was a flag on the play.
I think South Lafourche called a timeout to get some
there was a penalty on the play.
Was it a penalty?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Like I said, there was a penalty, but they trying to get some substitutes in the game.
Charles Falls getting off the field for Central Lafourche. Handoff up the middle.
Nine seconds and counting. Think you put this one in the books.
The South Lafourche Tarpons win the battle on the Bayou. They defeat Central Lafourche 21-7. Thanks very much to everybody at Central and South Lafourche for their hospitality. Thanks very much to our crew for a job well done. For Gene Gano, Troy Johnson, and Don Schwab, I'm Hillary Doman. Your final score, South Lafourche 21, Central Lafourche 7. This has been the HTV Radio Phone Game of the Week.
You're watching HTV.
Phones, Tommy Boudreau with our high school player of the week. Good to see you.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
All right, Tommy.
Coach Don Schwab. Boy, am I happy today.
Why
I'm
you happy?
excited.
Why you so happy,
gosh,
huh?
big win. Big win.
Tigers, huh?
The Fighting Tigers. You got to be excited.
Going to Tuscaloosa.
Yeah.
Gotta like it. That's unbelievable. Now, the home team is 7-20-1 in the last 28 games. They're trying to work, Joe Dean is trying to work a deal out right now to play all the games in Tuscaloosa from here on through 2004. You like that?
That'll work for me, Jim.
Well, we got a busy thing. We got Coach Jackson on, and also we got our high school, our radio phone, high school player of the week. Once again, you guys have been with us and been such a help here on the show and making it all possible. But we got a guy that played a big part in a very big game.
Yes, he did, Jimmy. Huge part Friday night. In fact, it was in the Battle of the Bayou Lafourche.
What?
Bayou Lafourche in Matthews Friday night. Big District 5A matchup between South Lafourche and Central Lafourche. It was the King who ruled over the Bayou. That's right. Vic King, junior tailback from South Lafourche, had a huge night. Has also had a great season this year.
Yes.
Coming off a knee injury. Didn't play last week. We want to congratulate Vic King, Radio Phone's high school player of the week. Number 18, the tailback, had 21 rushes, 189 yards. He had 2 touchdowns. He had 2 big runs, 78 yards and 79 yards. Vic King from South Lafourche Tarpons, we want to congratulate you on behalf of Radio Phone, High School Player of the Week.
All right, and I think we have some footage of Vic, and let's roll it right now if we can. Here he is, Coach.
He's a good one, I'm going to tell you. He's just a junior. He missed a couple of games with a sprained knee, but here he breaks one. I think the first one was like 78 yards. They kind of contained him most of the night, Central Lafourche did, but he just made some big plays. Because that's what you have to do in big games.
Ooh, nice crowd, huh?
Great crowd. A good pass there from Dre Guidros to, I didn't get that number. Once again, nice little run right here for South Lafourche.
And we talked about this game last week, Coach, and, you know, playing Rummel and playing John Curtis. The power rating, Central Lafourche would finish the year with a 6-4 record. South Lafourche would be 5-5, but you thought that they would get in. You thought that a playoff berth was on the line here. You're right.
Definitely. Well, Reese Angela, this fullback, did a great job all night, too. He had over 100 yards, I think, rushing, and did a great job of blocking also for Vic King.
Threading the needle with that.
Plays on, goes for the interception, misses it. Here's King.
Reading his blocks.
Great job of setting up his blocks right here. It's hard to teach that. On that sweep, reading his block and setting him up. Central Lafourche does a great job of getting to the football. They had an opportunity to get in the game right before half and didn't get on the scoreboard. Here's an interception. Once again, there's an interception by Plaisance for Central Lafourche. We had a good game. Quarterback and his free safety. Halfback pass right before half. Very, very close call. I thought it was a touchdown. The official ruled it incomplete.
South Lafourche would go on, and now South Lafourche, for the 2nd straight year, will go into the same stadium, play a different opponent. They played Shaw last year. Were eliminated in the 1st round. They'll play on the West Jefferson Buccaneers at West Jeff Stadium.